Mojang has made some absolutely huge changes to villagers, villager trading, the wandering trader, and diamond ore generation in the latest snapshot for Java edition. This is a huge nerf to villager trading, a little bit of a buff to the wandering trader, and now there's actually going to be more diamonds in the overworld. Mojang also added uses for the jungle and swamp villagers along with every other type of villager in Minecraft, and now you'll actually want to go out and collect these. For right now, this is just an Java Edition snapshot, but you know that this is also going to be coming to Bedrock Edition because that's just how it works. This is an absolutely game-changing update, and it's going to actually change how you play, like legitimately change it. Now, before we get into the cataclysmic nerfs to villagers and their trades, let's actually talk about the Wandering Trader real quick, because that's simple and easy to understand. So the Wandering Trader is actually able to buy a couple of things now. As you can see, he can buy a water bucket, like literally just one, and then he can buy a couple of baked potatoes as well. He has a very low trading amount. He'll literally just give you like a couple of emeralds. But this guy also sells a few more things now. So for instance, the Wandering Trader can now sell logs. So you can buy some cherry logs from him, or I imagine any other type of log in the game, and you actually get about half a stack, which is pretty decent. Now, the other quantities has also been increased. So for instance, now you can buy more of any random item that you want. And of course, the prices are also cheaper now, which is great because charging anything more than 1 emerald for a single dandelion is absolutely a ripoff. There's 2 other new trades from the Wandering Trader, one of which is an iron pickaxe with a random enchantment on it. This is pretty okay, I guess, if you're like starting out in a new world. Might not be that bad, especially with the other changes that we have coming later on in the video. Yeah, as you can see, the enchantments generally aren't really that great. And he also has the possibility of selling a potion of invisibility, actually for 8 minutes, which is kind of surprising. I thought he would only sell the 3-minute one. So overall, this guy can only buy 6 new items: water bottles, water buckets, milk buckets, fermented spider eyes, baked potatoes, and hay bales. So the maximum emeralds you'll ever get out of them is like legitimately 5 emeralds. So overall, here's all the changes to the Wandering Trader. I don't think it's really that great. I feel like there's just so much more that they could have done with the Wandering Trader and really should do, because it's a great concept. It just has like literally the worst trades. And real quick, Mojang has also increased the amount of diamonds that you can find in the deep slate levels of the world. I don't know by how much they increased it, but I would imagine it's at least by a couple %. So now when you're mining at the lower layers of the world, you'll actually find more diamonds, which is fantastic. And now let's get into the biggest change to villagers in recent memories. So basically what's happened is librarian villagers are now biome dependent. So depending on what biome they were born in, they're gonna have a different set of trades. So now there are 9 new types of librarian villager from 9 different biomes in the world, and that is how you can get all of your different enchanted books. Each biome type can only sell up to 4 different types of enchanted book, and it's not even like every villager's guaranteed. As you can see, this guy's got Sweeping Edge 2 and Sweeping Edge 1. So you're not guaranteed to get all 4 different types of book per librarian villager, meaning that you're still going to need to re-roll. But now you need to re-roll 9 different variations of librarian. It's gonna be a huge hassle. So here's the little graph that Mojang put in the change log. As you can see, there is now different librarian trades for deserts, jungles, plains, savannas, snowy biomes, swamps, and taigas. Now keep in mind that you'll have to go manually build a village and a jungle and a swamp if you want to get things like mending, unbreaking, depth strider, power, etc. If you want to trade any of those books from a librarian villager, well, you're gonna have to go build a new village in that location. There's also been a change so that some books are only at the final tier of the librarian, so you're never gonna get mending on like the first try. It's always gonna be at the very bottom tier of your villager, and you're gonna have to go to a swamp and build a villager breeder there and a villager trading hall in order to even get a chance of getting mending, which is, it's just very convoluted. There's a lot of details to this. It's gonna be really confusing for quite a while. If we compare this to the old system, any librarian villager in the world could sell any enchanted book at any slot, so you could get mending on the very first slot, but now this librarian villager in a savannah can only sell Sweeping Edge, binding, and knockback as its, first 3 trades, and then its 4th trade will always be sharpness 3. But wait, there's more. So if you look at the spreadsheet here, it kind of makes you think that every villager can have like 4 trades every time, and that's like a guaranteed. However, they haven't changed anything with the actual trading interface, so they still sell all the same items, and they still sell, like, the possibility of 3 books or 4 books. So that means that this guy right here, Master Trader, he only has 3 books, and this guy over here has the chance of 4 books. Now, this means that you're gonna have to trade all the way to the final row to actually get that, sharpness 3 book if you're in a savannah. Now, it does look like it's guaranteed to be the actual rare one at the end. As you can see, every one of these guys has sharpness 3. And that's another big nerf. They no longer trade like the high-level enchantments. Previously, you could get sharpness 5, or 4, or 3, 2, or 1, but now it's capped at sharpness 3. That's pretty bad. So you have to buy 4 sharpness 3 books, combine this into 2 sharpness 4s, and then combine it into a sharpness 5. Basically, everything about these changes is just a huge amount of grind. But wait, there's more! Some enchantments have actually been removed from villagers, so there's some things that you'll just no longer be able to get. So for instance, there's no longer the enchantments for the trident, the fishing rod, or the crossbow, which means there's no more impaling, channeling, loyalty, riptide, multi-shot, piercing, quick charge, luck of the sea, or lore. So in the changelog, it says that there's 2 secret biomes where villages do not generate, and a player must build these villages in order to access their trades. Now, I'm thinking that means jungle and swamp. So that means that if you want to get Unbreaking, Mending, Depth Strider, Feather Falling, Projectile Protection, Respiration, Power, or Curse of Vanishing, you'll need to build a jungle and a swamp village. So what if you make a village in a biome that isn't part of that list? So for an example, I went to a dark forest and made a villager here, and it just has the Plains village trades. As you can see, he sells Smite. The one silver lining to this change is that the final trade of your Master Librarian villager will always be the same thing. So if you're in a desert, it's always gonna be efficiency 3. Woo, that's the best you're ever gonna get from villagers now. And if you're in a jungle biome, the final trade is always gonna be Unbreaking 2. Oh yeah, such amazing good work. So basically, you're really gonna want to find a lot of these biomes that are right next to each other. Like, it's gonna be pretty easy to find a desert right next to a jungle, but then you also need to find a plain, savanna, snowy, swamp, and a taiga. Good luck with that. You're gonna just need multiple villager breeders and multiple villages, multiple trading halls, and or just move villagers hundreds if not thousands of blocks in order to have them be in the same trading hall. And of course, this does mean that there's actual uses for the swamp and jungle villages now, which have been in the game forever, but there's no actual reason for them. So now the final trade from these guys will either be Unbreaking or Mending. So now you have to use these features. See, this was Mojang's plan all along. Add in a useless feature like 6 updates ago, leave it unused, and then force you to use it. Mojang's got plans going years into the future. They're playing 6-dimensional chess. Yeah, so Mending actually is easier to get now, in a way, because you're guaranteed it at the final level. But you also need to cart a villager over here, make a villager breeder, and then you still might have to re-roll these guys and have multiple villagers just to try and get better prices. Because there's more! There's been some major nerfs to villager curing and villager trading discounts. So it used to be that you could convert this guy into a zombie multiple times in a row to get increasingly large discounts on all the things, where you eventually get like 1 emerald trades for all the enchanted books. But that has been massively nerfed. Now you can only get 1 layer of villager trading discounts. So if we convert this guy into a zombie, you can reach that. Come on. Just punch him. I guess you do have pretty stubby arms. Yeah, so if we cure this guy, he's only gonna get 1 layer of villager curing discounts, of course. But then if we, like, cure him 3-4 times after that, it's not really gonna change his prices at all. So it does look like this guy's actually gone down to 1 emerald trades. It's really hard to tell. I thought the 1 right here was for the 1 book, but that's actually 1 emerald. So he is very cheap right now, but we can't keep on stacking this. It probably won't be too hard to get a majority majority of the trades, because like this is a savanna, plains, jungle, and desert, like all right next to each other, but you're still gonna have to pick up 2 villagers and take them to all 4 of these biomes and then breed them and then let them grow up for 20 minutes and then trade them. It's gonna be just a lot of unnecessary grind, and you will want to do this for all 7 of the different biomes because Mojang did a good job of separating out all the specialty trades so that you get efficiency, unbreaking, protection, sharpness, silk touch, mending, and fortune. Those are like the 7 best trades, and if you want those, you're gonna have to do this grind. So basically, make your villager trading halls right now before Mojang nerfs this, and keep your villagers alive for as long as you can. If you want to like have not this grind. If you start a new world, you're gonna have to have this grind. Now, while Mojang's at it, hopefully they don't nerf iron farms, but hopefully they do bring the Java iron farm mechanics to Bedrock. I think that that would be very nice because it's been like 5 years. I think we're ready, Mojang. Break all the Bedrock iron farms. We're ready. Definitely not biased. Definitely not trying to make a new iron farm tutorial. And that's pretty much all the major changes. If you enjoyed today's video, then of course drop a like, share it around so that other people can learn about this stuff too, and maybe subscribe if you're new here to help us reach 600,000. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys down in the comments and in the next one.